Hi everybody, welcome back to Nanny's Reborn Nursery. Wanted to pop in today is Monday, and I took a few days break, as you can see. Let's see, I think my last video was for Theme Thursday, and then today is Monday. Wow. I've had a very busy last few days, and, so yeah, let me make sure that I'm recording you all. That it's recording right. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I had a very busy weekend. Friday, as you all know, or you may not know, my daughter came and spent the night with me. We goofed off here at the house for a while. Then on Saturday afternoon, we went up to my oldest daughter's house for my granddaughter's birthday party. And then my daughter went back home after that. And I came home and I took myself a beautiful nap. It was great. And then the rest of the day, Saturday, I just done nothing. All day long Sunday, I done nothing. And let's see, then today, we met up with my mom and dad for lunch. Had lunch with them. We done a few errands while we were out in town, and then we came back home. So yeah, I've done a lot of nothing. Okay, but I'll hurry up and get into the video. I got a package through the mail. It's not Happy Mail, but it is items that I've ordered. So I'm gonna get my scissors and I'm gonna cut this open, and I'm just show you all what I got. It's not a great big huge haul. It's a smaller haul, but something to show you all while I answer Suzanne's tag. And her tag is called Teenage Years. And it's a 10-question tag, but I added on a question. So, with that being said, actually Suzanne she kind of added on a question, okay? So I thought that's a great question to add on. So the first question is, let's see, did you consider yourself to be goth, punk, mod, rocker, or skinhead? Interesting question, because there is a bit of an age difference in all of us, you know. So this is a really interesting question because everybody's at different ages. So our answers to our questions are going to be totally different because of our age. But for me, and in the United States, and where I'm from in Tennessee, we had 3 classes of people. Only 3 that we considered, a certain class or group of people. And the first group of people were the preps. And that's preppy, wears designer clothes all the time, have rich parents, always wearing designer clothing, stuff like that, So there were the preps, and then there were the middle class people who were they're just middle class. I call those people, the middle class people, I call them normal. Of course I would. And then you had what I'm just being honest, what I always noted as potheads. Not dopies, not druggies, because that wasn't as big of a thing back in the 80s. I graduated in 1982, so therefore, it was potheads, and that's marijuana for whoever doesn't know. A lot of people might not know what a pothead is, but you had your potheads, and I'm talking, they would go outside between classes and smoke weed. They would smoke marijuana. And you could smell it on them when they come back in. Now, this was high school years, okay? And you could smell it on them when they come back in. They smelled like a big, fat, nasty, stinking skunk. And my husband calls it skunk weed. Well, that's why. Because some of the pot, according to what my husband says, some of the marijuana, the pot that people smoked back in that day, it was the worse it smelled, the better quality pot it was in his opinion. But my husband was also a pothead, okay? But for me, I was middle class. I've never smoked pot a day of my life. I have never eat pot seeds that I knew of, unless somebody snuck them on me in my brownies or something. I've been drunk a few times, not recently. Sometimes I feel like I'd be better off if I would get drunk. But yeah, those were the 3 types of people back in my time. Now let me take a break from that and then we'll go on to question 2. But I'm going to show you this adorable little outfit. It's Winnie the Pooh overalls. Isn't that cute? It's got the Winnie the Pooh face here. And then it's got the Winnie the Pooh print with little checks on the top. It goes down. Then it has a little, it says Disney Winnie the Pooh on the pocket. And it snaps between the legs. And it has a little cuff. It's sewed up on the side. Isn't that adorable? I think this is a 0 to 3 months. I bought this to go on my boys. My 0 to 3 month boys. And actually, I only have two 0 to, well, no, actually I have 3 0 to 3 month boys that this would probably fit. So, yes. There's that. I thought that was a little ripped place there, but it's not. Yay. But there's that one. And these, by the way, came from the lady in the UK that I have gotten to know. She's on Facebook. And her Facebook that she goes by is Sew, S-E-W, Loved. Let's see, right? Yeah. Sew, S-E-W, then Loved. So that's her. She gave me permission, by the way, to tell you all that. So I had asked her, and she told me that I could. Now, here, this is a 0 to 3 months as well. This is a little sleeper. You know how I am about my sleepers. My little sleepers. It is the same print as this little shirt under the overalls, except the background color is not white. It's more of a tan, camel-like color. And then it's got Winnie the Pooh all over it. And it has a little embroidered Winnie the Pooh, Disney's Winnie the Pooh on the front. It has little turnover cuff sleeves to where you can turn the sleeve over if you want to do that. And then it snaps all the way down the front, and it's got the little feet in. And then it has this adorable little hat that matches, which I love, 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 love. Do I love it? I love Winnie the Pooh. I love Peter Rabbit. Oh, I love Paddington Bear. I'm really happy, ladies, recently, because I've been getting quite a lot of the outfits with the different characters that I love so much on them, and it's really made me happy. And look at these. So, so, so cute. I've got these adorable little Peter Rabbit booties. The little top on it is like a silky like material. And it's got the Peter Rabbits on. The rest of it is like a sweater material, and then it has the little bow on it. Then the little bottoms are just like a cotton like material. But yeah, I got those. Adorable. I love those so much. And she has sent me, let's see, I got these. It's Tatty Teddy. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not badly mistaken, it's Tatty Teddy. Isn't it cute? Love it. Love, love, love. It's got the little feet, and it's just got the hearts and the Tatty Teddy. I love it. Then it snaps down the front, then down the legs, which I love. Everybody knows how Nanny loves her little onesies. I really enjoy them. They're snuggly, I feel like. And then here's this one. It's a Tatty Teddy as well. Adorable. Isn't it cute? And she has sent me this one and this one as a little bonus gift from her. I didn't actually order this one, and this last one I just showed you, she sent me these as a gift. And that's simply because, and I do appreciate that so very, very, very much. That's simply because I have bought so much from her. So, yeah. Then she's got me a little piece of paper here. Yeah, she's saying that she popped some Sweet Tatty Teddy in. Okay, yeah. Yeah. She popped me in a couple of those two little outfits as a gift. Because I've bought quite a bit from her. But anyway, let me get on to this tag. Let's see here. Question number 2. What kind of music were you into when you were a teenager? Well, I'm going to tell you something. When I was a teenager, I did love my music. I loved Olivia Newton-John. I loved the song Hopelessly Devoted to You. I loved that song. I listened to a lot of the Eagles music. I loved my number one was Michael Jackson. Loved Michael Jackson's music. I have always, my whole entire life, liked Elvis's music, although I'm not old enough to be, I wasn't old enough at the time to be into Elvis before he passed away. So there wasn't like any, I never got to go to any Elvis concerts or anything like that because I'm not that old. I'm not old enough. But yeah, the Eagles, I'm trying to think of some more. I can think of songs better than I can the names of the people who sang them, if that makes any sense. My mind doesn't wander off far into the music world because I'm just not that much on music. But I did. There were certain ones when I was in high school, definitely, that I loved to listen to. Donny Osmond. I loved listening to my Donny Osmond album that my dad got me one year for my birthday. I loved that. Let's see. Yeah. That's all I know on that one. Number 3 is, how many boyfriends did you have? I had, before you settled down. I'm going to venture to say I had 3, maybe 4 boyfriends. 3 to 4 boyfriends before I finally got myself situated. I dated for a while, and I got pregnant. No, I was not married, but I dated this one guy for, I dated a couple of guys. Then I met this other guy. I'm not going to name names. I dated this other guy, and I got pregnant, and that was at age 17. a month before I turned 18, I had my baby girl, which is my oldest daughter. I graduated from high school pregnant. So, yeah. Then after that, there were a couple of boyfriends. After that, after I got a divorce, and should have never gotten married to begin with to this guy. But you know, back then, that's just what you do. I'm going to put a baby up here that you all can look at. So we're not just standing here looking at nothing. If that's okay with you guys, for me to make a little pit stop here right in the middle of everything I'm doing. I'm going to raise you all up a little bit. And let's see. Who do we want to look at? Let's look at Thomas. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's look at Dylan. Let's look at my very first reborn baby in my nursery. This is the very first baby that I ever got. This is the baby that started the whole entire thing. How's that? He is my Levi sculpt by Bonnie Brown. How's that? Okay, but let's see here. Where were we? Yes, I was married for a couple, like 3 years maybe, to the guy that got me pregnant. And then there was a couple of other boyfriends that came through, but never anybody. This one guy, I'll put it to you this way. This one guy that I was with that got me pregnant, or that when we got pregnant, however you want to call it nowadays, he taught me some valuable lessons. Not that he was smart and could teach me anything, because he's really dumb. Plumb stupid. But anyway, whatever. He was a good-looking sucker, I'll tell you that. Hence the reason probably why I got pregnant. But shut up, Lisa. We're not going there. Anyway, yeah, he taught me some lessons. Some things I needed to learn for myself, because I liked guys a lot. But anyway, off of that. Let's see. What kind of clothes did you like to wear? Okay. I'm a plain Jane. I've always been a plain Jane. Now, there are times from time to time I like to dress up, but very seldom, especially now. Especially now that I am the age I am, which I'm almost 59. Dressing up, going out, kicking up my heels, it's just, nah, I'll pass. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not my forte anymore. Okay, so I was, then and now, I still am, I was, as long as I had my Levi's blue jeans and my t-shirts, I was perfectly happy. Okay? I was perfectly happy lady. Teenager girl, whatever. And now I've gone from that to t-shirts and leggings. I guess you could kind of say I'm kind of a boring type dresser, but it's just who I am. I'm not. I go for comfort now. Leggings, t-shirts, jogging pants, pajamas. I'm not going nowhere anyway, so I can sit right at home on my couch and spend tons of money that would keep me from being able to buy clothes anyway. I'm an online shopper, so you know. Okay. Let's see. Do you have a favorite designer? No. Now, then in high school, yeah, it was Levi Strauss. The 501, the 5-pocket Levi jeans, the red tab jeans, yes. If I had my red tab Levi's, I was so perfectly happy. And I wore about a size, I'm thinking I wore about a size 6. That got me choked. Oh my goodness, yeah, I don't wear no size 6 now. Gone are the days. Let's see. Okay, number 6. Yeah, because I just done number 5. Did you have a favorite designer? Levi's was the answer. And number 6, did your parents have strict guidelines on who you went out with? No, not really. But I can tell you this, whoever the guy was that took me out when I was dating, whoever this guy was, he had better not mistreat me. Or my daddy would turn into the ugliest monster you have ever met in your whole entire life. So, there wasn't, the guidelines on that, like I said, weren't real huge. But the guy also knew and understood not to mistreat me. And if you want to ask if the guy that got me pregnant, if he was mad at him, yes, he was. But he was mad at me as well because it takes 2 to tango. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Number 7. Did you have a time you had to be in by? Yes, I did. It was 10 o'clock. Normally, as a general rule, and sometimes if I was lucky, if I had behaved myself, if I had, hadn't goofed up and done something to make my dad mad at me, there were times he would let me stay out till 11. But my dad worked for the city that I grew up in, and the country song, everybody knows everybody. Everybody calls you friend. You don't need an invitation. Kick off your shoes and come on in. Well, it was that kind of an ordeal. And everybody knew my daddy. Everybody knew my dad. So therefore, he had people watching me, if you know what I mean. These dads just knew each other, and moms, and if they seen you out in town doing things you shouldn't be doing, then, he would know about it. It wouldn't take long and he'd find out about it. But, we always used to, on Friday and Saturday nights, my dad always allowed me to go to, right there on the strip, right there where Mom and Dad live. We've always lived there. And I mean, when I say town, we lived in town. We lived right in the city, and just right out of our block and down onto the main city strip is where we lived. I mean, the block we lived on, you could have walked down to the road where we would cruise back and forth and back and forth. And cruising, I don't know if kids know about this these days, all these younger people. I don't know if you know about it, but it's simply get in your car and drive back and forth. And park at a certain filling station, mainly. Number 1 was where my mediocre, my group of people that I hung out with, that's where we would go parking. Not parking as in making out, but parking as that's where we would meet at, get out of our vehicles, stand and talk and laugh and hoot and holler and act like a bunch of yard apes. So yeah, anywhere from 10 until 11 o'clock. But like I said, 10, not even 10 minutes, not even maybe 10 seconds, and you were where I lived. So that's how come I got to stay out as late as what I did. Okay. Were you a moody teenager? No, I wasn't. The main time for me that I remember being moody and not happy and not in the best mode or mood or happy situation was on Saturdays. And I know. Saturdays you're thinking, but gosh, that's the weekend. I mean Saturdays at a certain time of the day. every single solitary Saturday. My dad had this great old big huge black Cadillac, and we had to wash that thing every Saturday. And I mean, I'm talking, it was a 4-door, huge black Cadillac. I hated that car. I still hate that car. But we had to wash it and dry it off with a chamois cloth, and then we had to wax it. And that was like about a 4-hour job on that stupid car every blessed stinking crappy Saturday. I hated it. I hated it. Despised it. I don't even like to think about it. But anyway, I hope that car's been drove off a cliff somewhere and nobody will ever see it again. Okay. How many times did you get your heart broken? I'm going to say one time. And that was when the guy that I got pregnant with, he had an affair. And he didn't just have that affair on me. He had that affair on me and my baby girl, who is now 40 years old. I despise that to this day. I despise him for that. And I despise the girl that broke up my family. He broke up my little family, but she did as well. It's like I said, it takes two to tango. And yeah, it broke my heart. And more so than anything, it broke my daughter's heart. And, you know, you break my kid's heart, and it makes it triple worse. If it had just been me, I could have cared less because I had gotten to the point to where I couldn't stand him anymore anyway. I was to the point to where I felt like he was on the rag, or, you know, 24/7, the way he acted. Just all moody. But don't get me even started, I get upset. But anyway, okay. Let's see. That one time was the only time. But good things come from it, okay? Good things come from it. Sometimes God will close a door that you feel like should be being left open because it just doesn't feel right. But then once that door closes, if you don't go back and reopen that door, good things come to you. And the good thing that came to me within 3 years' time after that door closed was my husband now. He loves us with all his heart. He has taken care of us. He is a wonderful man. I love him more than what I act like I do. I know I fuss about him, but that's normal. We're supposed to fuss about our spouse, okay? I fuss about him all the time. He makes me so blame-fired mad I could just spit. But I love him and he loves me. That's what counts. But anyway, this is number, okay, I just done number 9. Here's number 10. Was there someone you ever wanted to go out with, but he never asked you? No, because most of the guys that I thought were so dadgone handsome, they were the preppy guys. And that would have never worked out very well anyway. It just would not have worked out well at all. Because I'm not a prep. I've never been a prep. I'm just not designer. I'm plain Jane Lisa. And plain Jane Lisa Nanny would never get along with City Slicker, Preppy John, or whoever. You know. So that would have never worked out anyway. So if anybody's heart got broken, it wasn't mine. It could have been the guy, I don't know, but it wasn't mine. Not by somebody I wanted to ask me out, and then they didn't. So that's a good thing, I guess. Now I added a bonus question, and it's one that that Suzanne said she should have added, and it was, how did you feel with your first kiss? Or in those words, kind of, you know, in those words, sort of. My mom and dad had, they had best friends that they graduated with from high school, and we were raised with their boys. My mom and dad at the time, we had it was me and my sister, and then my mom's best friend, and still to this day her best friend. She had two boys, and then my brother came later, and then my mom's best friend, her daughter came later. But yeah, actually, I'm sorry. My baby brother, he came at a later time. And then my mom's best friend, her daughter came later on. But both of me and my sister were raised up basically on the weekends with my mom's best friend's two boys. And we would they had a finished basement underneath their house, and they had a bedroom down there. They had a living room, a TV, a kitchen. It was just like a whole other house, besides the upstairs part. And that's where we would hang out. We would go down there and play games and watch TV and laugh and cut up and make sandwiches. We'd have a blast. But we got to where when we got a little bit older, we started playing spin the bottle. And that is where I got my first kiss. Now, I'm going to shut up with that. I'm not going to go any further. But I've never experienced anything like that in my entire life. That was crazy. I was young. I was probably 13 or 14 years old at the time. But yes, that was, yeah, and it was just a kiss. That's all. It was just a kiss. Don't think I went and got all nasty. I didn't. I never done that. That didn't come till a few years later. I'm not perfect, you guys, okay? See, I've told you all for many years I'm not perfect, and I didn't have to tell you all of this information, but it doesn't bother me now. Back in that time, it would have bothered me to go around talking about it, but Akuna Matata, it's in the past. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, that's it. I had my first kiss by playing spinning the bottle, and I got to kiss a very, very, very handsome, hot young man. And to this day, he's a nice looking man. But he's married too. He has kids of his own. And, that's how that all worked out. And I'm glad everything worked out the way it did. And yeah, it's just, that took me way back. That took me a long way back. Thanks, Suzanne. For all the wonderful memories. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let you all go now. This video was 32 minutes long. You all have spent with me a half an hour. And so I know you're tired of hearing me yap and talk. So I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to try my best to pop back in here with you all again tomorrow. And we're going to change somebody. We may put one of these new little outfits that I got on somebody tomorrow. I don't know who yet. I'll get in here and cipher all of that out. But anyway, God bless you all. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Always be kind to one another, because you never know what someone else is actually going through. This is just YouTube. We don't know each other in the back, behind the scenes, We just don't know each other that well. But anyway, God bless you all. We will talk to you tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.